What's going on, you guys? It's Double Edges back at you with another Call of Duty mobile video. As you know, I'm your everyday two-thumb player. I'm currently legendary ranked. I solo ranked this season up to legendary. And please stay through the duration of this video. I've got some really neat things that can really help you improve as a two-thumb player. I'm always trying to analyze what I can do better. I'm always practicing. I literally spent 2 hours this morning just going into practice mode versus AI and just trying different things. And honestly, as a two-thumb player, a lot of times we hit a wall where we're not competing at the level we should in order to do better. And if you're not careful, you can just stay in that same zone, just assuming that, oh, he got me that time. He's doing better than me. I'm just not as... No. You always need to be improving. A lot of people switch to claw or six finger just to improve, and they have to practice. Let me tell you, it is hard to do that. It's not easy. I have a lot of respect for people who can get that down, okay? So as a two-thumb player, we shouldn't have as many excuses. We choose to remain two-thumb players, right? And if we're not improving, that's on us, because there's always something that you can improve. So, you know me, here's my HUD. It has not changed very much at all in the last couple months. Obviously, and the reason I have this set up is because it's how I've always played, and there are certain things that are useful. I have the prone button and the hip fire button on the left side of the screen because your right thumb can't do everything. I've got 5 functions I've got to complete here on a normal basis with my right thumb, so I think I can handle 3 with my left thumb. Now, it does take some coordination and some practice, but one thing that I made an adjustment on is you want to, see, you can make this long, you can make this short. You want to shorten this, not all the way, but a good amount, to make it easier to lock onto movement. Because when you pull this thumb off to do something else, and you're not locked into sprinting, you'll just stand still, and you'll get shot down. So, shorten that a little bit, make it so that it's more easier to lock into sprinting. All right, so what we're gonna do, now that you see my HUD, we're gonna jump into some tutorials in how to practice for better movement. All right guys, so we're in a practice mode versus AI, just so I have some time to explain the new features that I've learned. If you enjoy this kind of content, guys, I'm out here for you two-thumb players. And if you guys, if you're a claw player and you enjoy my content, this is for you too. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Share this with your friends, guys. There are more people out there who need to see this, more two-thumb players who need to be encouraged. All right, with that being said, let's show you the first thing I learned, a new feature for a button that I did not know, and I'm probably a bot, and that's why. But okay, first of all, the slide button, right? Slide into it. Here's how I always used to turn. All right, I would slide, pull my thumb off to the middle of the screen, and turn, right? And if you watch any pro players, all they do is tap the slide button. They have another finger to do the turning if they're a claw or six-finger player, all right? What I did not realize is if you hold the slide button and turn, you never have to lift up your thumb. Never have to lift up your thumb. Now, obviously, it's not going to work as good going to the right because you don't have as much movement, but you can do a 360 pretty fast. You have to get used to your sensitivity and stuff, but that is huge, man. When you're coming around corners and you can turn into someone without having to, you know, pick it up, because that costs time, and then you have to lift up your thumb again to get on the fire button. You can slide into it, all right? Another feature I did not realize, okay? When you are jumping, you can jump and fire without lifting up your thumb. Watch this. I never even lifted up my right thumb. Jump and drag. If you jump and drag over that fire button, it'll start firing. I used to always tap, fire, which is slower. Not by a whole lot, but enough, okay? So you can jump around corners if you know someone's there. Never even have to lift up, all right? That is something I did not realize that you could do with this, all right? So, slide and turn. Jump and fire. The less movements and the less lifting up of your thumbs you have to do, ultimately the better. Now, you might have to relearn how you play, but hey, everyone's relearning how to play. When you're a four-finger player or a six-finger player, you have to relearn how to play. You have to find out different functionalities. You have to have more coordination. All right, so we only have 2 thumbs, and we're pretty coordinated with thumbs, so it's easier to relearn. Okay, with that being said, let's go into some movements that you need to work on. I'm just going to do this because I want to. Alright, I feel better. Thank you. Alright, so... Alright, so a movement you need to work on is, if you watch the pros play. I've been watching a lot of iFerg lately. I love the dude. If you don't like him, you know, that's your personal preference, whatever. You cannot deny this dude is amazing. Alright, you can't deny he's clutch. He's got amazing IQ, amazing movement. I mean, just destroys, okay? And one thing I watch that he does is he's constantly moving. All the best players are constantly moving, all right? And they're very agile, okay? So one thing you want to get down is the slide and jump into shooting, okay? Oh, snap. Slide. You got to hit that jump button. And practice that, okay? Slide and jump into. Now, a lot of you probably have already used that. That's not as hard because you can... It's probably actually easier to just click it all. Anyway, slide and jump into. But I want to utilize the hip fire button. And to do that, when you're going into someone, let's say you're running right here, and you go in, I hit 4 buttons in succession. I hit the slide, and then I start hip firing while doing so. Switched so that I never stop firing, and then drop shot. Ready? Here's fast. Just like that. It allows you to get more shots off, and you have a chance of slowing down your enemy. You want to center your crosshair as best you can while getting into it. Just like that. That's what you want to work on. That is a key movement. It's very useful. Just like that. You want to slide into it. Start hip firing. You say, that's a lot of movement. Well, hey, the 4-finger players are doing a lot more than that. So we can at least do that. You know what I mean? So why do we do that? Because if you just slide into it and hit the ADS button, there's too much time. You can get way quicker. I can fire immensely quicker if I go into it. As long as, you know, you got a center. You can get more shots off. You can slow them down. Maybe it makes everything you do makes a difference. And obviously, I'm not great at it. You got to practice. Yeah, just like with everything. But that's what I kind of wanted to show you. You can turn and fire. So that can help if you want to kind of... Alright, I just didn't want to die to these guys. Alright, so you can turn and fire. Just like that. That is something that can be very useful to your movement. Alright, so, or you can jump into a shot and hit that drop shot button. Anything you can add to your arsenal. Slide, jump, drop shot. Slide, jump, jump, drop shot. Anything you can do to add more agile movement that makes it harder for the enemy to hit you, the better you are. So some of the biggest things, utilize that drop shot button, man. Jump into shots, you know what I mean? Like, don't mind my aim here. I'm just terrible. But guys, you always want to improve. You always want to do better. You will always want to be adding things to your gameplay that makes you more competitive. Because if you just stay the same, I can think of different times. I think it was 2 seasons ago when I started taking rank seriously. I hit a wall like in the pro. Now that's not very high up. I had to learn how to play a little differently and adjust my gameplay and add things to my arsenal. Now, and then Master was the same thing the following season. And now I'm in Legendary, and these guys are insane, right? Their movement is crazy. So you got to practice to compete with that. All right, so 3 things I wanted to discuss was this. You probably already knew about that. I did not know that you could do that. Jump, never have to lift and fire. Just jump and drag. And then you want to slide while hip firing. If you watch Iferg, he does it all the time. There we go, I died. He does it all the time where he slides into an enemy. And I mean, it's huge. And I'm still figuring some of these things out, but I mean, there's so many things you can do with two thumbs. You have to keep practicing, you have to keep working on it. So, anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope one of these 3 tips was helpful for you. I want you guys to improve. I want to improve myself. And, yeah, we can do that together. So, I hope that you liked the video. And if you want to see more content like this, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell. This is Double Edges. I'm your two-thumb player. Just your everyday guy. I'm nothing great. Just a normal player trying to be out there for you two-thumb players. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Without further ado, this is Double Edges, and I'll see you in the next video.